What's up, guys? What are we doing? All right. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm trying to get the space open. I think Jordan had something come up this morning. But I am live here on stream. We had a meta story a while ago. I'm trying to get spaces open for the rest of the crew. Should be good on that. But what's up? How are we doing? I got to look above and fell. Does it happen? I don't know. That's my feeling of what's going to happen today. A look above and fell. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about all of it. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome in. Let's get the market open here and get started. Get my my stuff open here. All right, I'm still trying to get them. I'm trying to get them sorted out. So, what's up, everyone? Dom, Colin, BMac, Grambo, BB, Jarrett, Joel, whoever's the KB's in here, Mario. Good morning. Let's ride. I'm I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of think this is gonna be a big short. I don't really have any like strong reasoning why, other than I just think we never back tested. I'm still I don't know what's going on with spaces. That's why I'm over here on YouTube. Whatever. All right, let me get connected to everything. Make sure my that's working. All right. We are we just filled the gap. Look above and fell. This would be absolutely epic. Well, here's your 6850. Wow, this is actually insane. They are crushing it. I almost hate to tell you guys. You guys think I'm do you guys think I'm shorted? All right, there's 6850 SPX. That is the huge spot. So 6850 SPX and gap fill right there. That's the biggest key of the day. Right there. So here's the question now, what happens next? All right, so here's your look at it. This yellow line right here, this is 68.50. It's been the rejection spot multiple days. If that flips to support, then obviously this looks good. The other option would be you look above and you fell back below it. So that's the biggest key for me today. 68.50 SPX. Right here you can get the let's just go to SPX here. Look, rejection, 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 and close. I mean, we closed where right here, right back under it. And then today, gap up, fill the gap down. Now you got to hold this level. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. I'm looking for more of that to fell. The reason being is like we made this huge move up and we never really came back in. We did do some time consolidation here, but the EMAs are starting to curl bullish, which is a good sign, obviously, for the market. But they haven't even been tested. I don't like to long a whole lot when we're extended from like a daily 9. All right. Nvidia's flying. Let's take a look around. Tesla. Who was talking about Tesla in the chat the other day? Tesla straight to that 440 area yesterday, broke it, held it, and now 450. 450. Let's look at a daily on Tesla. Yeah, 440, held and pushed. Wow. Are you seeing UM calls or calls? My thought process here is SPX has to stay above here. As long as it stays above here, you look for this. If it goes below here, you look for this. And for now, that's all we did was gap up, back test, and push. So that's the really good sign there. Amazon can't get off its back. What's Amazon doing? Boy, starting to look around at some of these other names. Google down hard. Well, they sell Meta, or I'm sorry, sell Google, sell Broadcom, go back to buying Meta and Nvidia. Microsoft in the middle. Nvidia actually looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty simple for me today when you look at this. when you look at this, resistance, 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 stay above, you're good. If you enter back here, you traverse down to here. So if you're looking to long, you just long off of this. If this fails to hold, and really it could probably come back down a little bit further, but I would expect if this part fails to hold, you rotate all the way through. Who's yelling? Oh, did y'all hear yelling in the background? Dude, do we get one of those brutal Thursdays again? That would be absolutely insane. I mean, this is literally the main thing I'm watching. RTY holding, but upper wicks. Microsoft new low. I don't know, guys. I hate to even tell you this, but I shorted a long time ago. Here, I'll how can I show this to you guys? Yeah, I hate to tell you guys, I shorted 724. There it is. So I'm not just like calling it out late or whatever, but I wanted to show you guys at least. To me, this is worth a shot being extended on the daily. See if we do a look above and fell. Bears bull. You already knew, BB. You knew what I was gonna try. We'll see what happens. All right. I'm kind of waiting because I want to see how this plays out. But if this fails here, it's a short and a half. Y'all shorted as well? Oh, let's go. I didn't get much off. I was like thinking, okay, if it goes to 750 to 780, I drew a box yesterday up here. This is where I was like, okay, I looked left and like 720 area was a spot, but I looked left and really this is kind of the next area I'd be looking for. Look at this. Wow. I do have a box on NDX. How long ago did I draw this box on stream with you guys? I can't remember. There's a box right at the top. What is that? That must line up. Oh, that's why I have a box there, and right there. That's why I have a box there. That makes sense. I don't know. All eyes on SPX. Let me send this tweet out. Everything. I'll check some edge full stats here in a second. Gap up, gap filled. That one already played out pretty easy. Watch out. This may get ugly. All right, I'm done with the spaces thing. Jordan's connected now. He had a phone issue. Look above and fell. Please look above and fell. That will make my absolute day. That'll be the only trade I even need today. I may have to get in on another account. All right, but let's be prudent about this. Let's look last several days profile here on ES. So if you fell the upper resistance, you're going to come into the upper balance area, which is this 850, another 10 points down. And then 840 is definitely in play. But really the way that the theory on this is if you try to break, you try to break, finally do, and then you don't hold here, you rotate back to here. It's the same thing we talk about a lot with like the orbs, right? So let's see, I don't know if I can find a good example of that anywhere. Like orb high here, you push up, you fell orb high, you try to look for it to rotate back down. I don't know. It's basic trading theory that a lot of people have. ETH is up and BMNR is down. Good God. Well, it's all red now. ETH was up, I guess. Yeah, let's set up the day here, guys. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff going on this morning. Everyone's doing well, though. Colin72, what are you guys up to? I gotta tweet this out. I do have to catch a plane flight today. Midday, I'll be rolling out, and then tomorrow's stream all day I'll be doing from Arkansas. Let's see if they hold this. I think this thing's toast. I think this thing could absolutely be toast. What's up, Raj? Maria? So look, if we don't hold here, it's 6,800 SPX puts for tomorrow. Like, if we don't hold. Now we need to close a candle or something, or two or three, back test maybe. CNBC reporting, and then it cut off. Sorry, I thought I had a headline there for us. Midwest is the best. No, mid-south. Tesla does not care. Is anything? Meta's giving it back. IWM's coming in now. That's not usually a good sign. They're all moving kind of in tandem. Netflix, Amazon, Google. If we go through the top, so you guys know I watched the top 10 of QQQ, right? Top 10 weighted. Costco down 2.7. Netflix down 1.5. Amazon down 1.4. Google down 1. Apple down 0.8. Microsoft red. Look above and fell. I really think we're going to rotate. Is there a trend line or something we can watch? Kind of. I got real bad vibes going on right now with this. I got real bad vibes, which is okay. This could easily hold like right here. You look left, you look at kind of this resistance area, 840 is the other spot. You lose you lose 850, maybe 840, but you start getting through this, it's 6,800 tomorrow, I think. Tesla does not care. Tesla does not care. Nvidia is trying to hold in, but it's not. Let's go down to 5 minute. Netflix, Microsoft trying to bounce off the low. I mean, I don't expect them to like just do it, but that's the setup. Amazon getting smoked. Apple getting smoked. IWM new lows. Which IWM just went straight up yesterday. So this is, to be fair, this would be a normal move. So here you are. Stay under that, and it's a problem. Get back over it, it's fine. QQQ, it's just uptrend that has to break. Rotate through this. Maybe 618, 619 holds. If it holds right up here though, like right there, 621. What does that look like? What does NQ look like up here? Let's see what they do here. News-wise, let's take a look. We said we had red folder data, but all I see is factory orders. Tomorrow's the really spicy data. Core PC, Michigan consumer sentiment, personal income. Factory orders, some slight data to watch. The main thing I'm watching is this right here. Do we hold above this right here? Our biggest sell this year was paper handing TER, but diamond hang BMNR. Oof. What did TER do this year? I hadn't even looked. Man, what a move. Good Lord, Tyranine. I just don't believe in these treasury companies at all. Also, guys, if you've been following along with my charting on Bitcoin, I talked about this is a ton of supply back here. You actually have a huge point of control a little bit higher, but also this is the golden retrace. So if we just kind of look at the trend line broke, right? So the structure's broken. Then we go back and we look at, okay, what does a golden retrace look like? Golden retrace was to here. It paused there, had no strength, came all the way down to the next fib, held this fib, pushed back up to the 618 fib, and it's done. Guys, we're crushing. You just have to sit in NQ short all day. I hate that I was not live to at least call it out. This is the next. So this is the next like flip zone right here. You see, yesterday we lost it. We came back, and when we reclaimed it, that's where we just grinded up all day. So here's your next flip zone, right where we're bouncing. Yours marks a red folder. So if you're confused about red folder, so like Forex Factory, I think some other ones they say they categorize the news as like what it is. So red folder is like the most like impactful would be the term, and then you've got like orange folder and what's the other one, like green I think, or yellow. You guys trading anything here? I'm holding that short. If I wasn't in that short, but this is serious consideration. I think you have pretty good risk reward to do SPX puts. News should be coming out right now. Factory orders. I don't care about the Canadian. Nothing's really going too crazy. The jobless claims this morning, of course. Plus 0.1%. Plus 0.2% on factory. This is September data, but I just heard this is 2%. Factory orders data is out. I'm seeing plus 2%. Previous was 1.4, and the forecast is actually like almost break even. 0.2%. So below consensus, above forecast, below previous. Shady, is my screen blurry? I don't know. Guys, are you seeing my screen blurry right now? Let me double check it over here on my other. I love it. There's like no lag. I hear myself like almost in real time. Oh, I've got it. It looks pretty decent on mine. Make sure you have yours in full HD. Mine's on 1080p, and that's looks pretty good. Uh, look above and fell. All right. Kind of cruise through the watch list here and see what's going on. 5-minute chart. I have like a range within a range right here. I don't really like that one though. Let's get rid of that one. IWM still above a couple key levels there for now. VIX making a push. Let's see. Okay, Tesla finally coming back in. Tesla, you want it to hold 450. If not, it's probably back to 440. Wait, NVIDIA giving it back. Microsoft, okay. It's hitting VWAP and EMAs, but at least it's trying to hold green. Meta, what do you do when something goes up, 30, 40 bucks on a rip like that? I mean, 5% ripper, probably not going to do much. Amazon drilling new low. Apple. It's kind of interesting because it's starting to move slow. Like right on the flip zone, huh? See what happens. Yeah, Amazon falling. Okay, good, Shady. Yeah, sorry. I'm supposed to be getting some new equipment soon. A better mic, all that stuff should help. Should have noise cancellation on, but it's just, yeah, I can have we'll see. But yeah, one of these days. Plus, so I have a 5 and a 3-year-old, right, and a baby. The 5-year-old's in school. The 3-year-old, I think we're going to start him in school in January, actually, which would make my life much easier. No, I just need I need a better mic, with more voice isolation cancellation features. It'll be a little bit crispier. I need a better camera. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Might be trading Globex from the airport, Houston tonight. Oh no, Colin, no. That's like dude, I have like one of those little electric toy car things that my son actually is even better. When we were at the fair last Friday, both my sons got in the bumper cars together, Dude, my son he couldn't figure it out. He'd never been, because like if you turn the wheel all the way, like he doesn't understand the like hold the wheel in the middle. So those bumper cars, you just like you go all the way to one side and that puts it in reverse. Dude, that was blowing his mind. It was hilarious though. Me and my wife were just dying laughing. Oh boy. All right. Let me get Edge pulled up here. Oh, new risk calculator. That's cool. 20 minutes until that IB sets, but I do want to. I want to check some of this. I'm with you on that, Colin. All right, gap filled. This is out of the way. IB, we're waiting on it to get set. Opening candle, waiting on it to get set. Previous day range. Oh, we need to keep that in mind. That is bullish. So SPX. So we have to remember we took out the previous day's high. So we do have one statistic fighting against us. Take out the previous day's high, we should close above this. Plus, what have we seen? Like, I start to think about this more. What have we seen the last like week? Dips in the morning that get bought up. Dip in the morning, bought up. Dip in the morning, bought up. Dip in the morning, bought up. Small dip in the morning, bought up. Dip in the morning, bought up. This day just went straight up. And then obviously that ugly Thursday of NVIDIA. Every day, dip in the morning, get bought up. So does that change today? Has anything changed? The only thing that I think has changed is you did look above the range. Do you come back down? It's the only thing. I mean, when I look at this daily, boy, it looks like a look above and fell for now. If this closes back above it, reclaims it, that's the other thing. You got to be able to pivot in this game. I'm sitting on a short or long like today. How do you handle pullbacks, bounces during the day, and how much room to give them? Yeah, so that's a tough question. I like the thought process here. So like, let me just go down to 5 minute, for example, or I guess I can go over here. So like, one thing I try to do is trade like what I think are going to be closer to the edges, or around like pivot areas. Like I don't want to do too much in the middle. Like right now, if I looked at this, I would say, okay, big move down. If it comes back up and like lower high, EMAs catch up, and it starts to like get some upper wicks and then doesn't like make a higher low, like that's kind of the look that I look for. Almost like this, but not quite big enough of a bounce. But like even if we push back up one more time and like wicked into this and rejected, candle closed under it, EMAs were bearishly coming down, maybe something like that. But see, in this instance, since I got short up here, like I don't have enough size to really trim much. Like honestly, I would almost like on a bounce, I'd almost like want to add, or like if it like comes down here and bounces, does like this, I'd almost want to add. That's just a tough question on the current situation. I really think that this has a chance to traverse the range, but I'm not going to be dumb and ignore the fact that we're in an uptrend, that every dip's been bought multiple days in a row. So like how do I handle pullbacks and bounces? So sometimes what I will do though, like let's say with 2 MNQs from up here, like if this comes all the way back up here and stops me out, whatever. Like, I, I don't care. I want this, to go further because that's what I can see as a possible setup. But what I could do is like if this pops back up here, I could like add one in here and then trim that one back off down here. Trade around a core is what I call that. It's something I like really picked up from Frank over the last year or two. Um, it's like I can add and then trim back. So like in this case, if we go to this and look at like our IB, right? So right now there's our IB low, there's our IB high. So what I would look at on this would be like, okay, we should break here because here's the high, here's the low, right? Trends down. So I could like, if we pop back up here somewhere, I could add one, knowing that in 15 minutes when that IB set, we should take out the low. So I could like add one here and take one back off here. So like that's one way that I could approach it. What would be my stop for like today? Like, so that's what's so tough. So I think ES is the cleaner setup. So ES, if you short against here, I'd probably say, look, you're pretty quickly if you're wrong. If you short against this, your stop's probably over this kind of point of control from overnight. But the risk reward would look pretty good though, because if you short in this area after rejection of this, you could probably risk what, 8 points, but what you're looking for is much more than 8 points. Oh, that's the other way I try to like plan it out in my head is like, okay, if I take a trade, I want to try to get at least as many points as I'm risking at minimum. But everyone approaches it a little bit differently. What is the volume profile I use? So this is just it's VRVP, visible range volume profile. This is just the basic one. It's built into TradingView. Everyone has access to this, not a special indicator or anything. The one thing I do is I just change the colors on it, and then I put this number way up just so it gives me a better picture of what's going on. Get 15 minutes to that IB sets. The easiest trade will be if it does like this a little bit, pops back up to here, these EMAs kind of catch up to it, and then you have that IB low to go target immediately. That would be the easiest trade. We are sitting on the pivot point. So just the basic pivot point right here on ES. So if this chops here for 15 more minutes, EMAs catch up. This is what I would call an A+ like setup to try to take a shot at something, right? From your risk to reward. You know where you're wrong, you know where you're right. But if this chops like one or two, like two more candles, right? So you get the first hour, your IB set, your IB's bearish, your first hour's bearish, your EMAs are coming down into it, and then you know that your key level is right here. So like that would be the easiest thing would be is if this chops back here, you got a chance to take a short here. You could risk like up to here, but you have like 4 layers of confluence that you should take out this low. And when that happens, you take out the low, you get a trim here immediately, you de-risk the trade, you lock in some profit, and then you try to take it to the next level, probably trim 2, bigger trim, and then like full target down here, maybe, something like that, depending how you structure your trades. That would be a really good, if it gives it to us, that would be a really good setup. Now your risk is, obviously if it goes back over this, or if it just bottoms here and does like what it's been doing, you'd have to consider that, right? So that's the other risk factor here. IWM just ripped faces back to new highs. And see, that's the other thing, like just consciously looking around. IWM completely turning around. I don't know what that means. IWM's breaking out. So that gives me one less confluence factor there. But we know what the data says. We can pull up all this stuff, but IB by rejection. Now, obviously, we're still a little bit of ways of this, but I can go ahead and lay this out now before the first hour even finishes, right? IB high formed first break of the low. This has been happening 70+% of the time, 7 out of 10 times. Just now hitting the EMA 9 on this. So this is like, you could almost preemptively take a small starter here on ES. Yeah, you can almost preemptively like get in right here because you know that this is your resistance zone. So you know if it comes back up here, you're wrong. Honestly, previous session high would probably even be, you know, a reasonable target. I mean, a reasonable risk because you're looking for this move. So like, I think you could probably take starters short here. Maybe add here. This is midpoint so far. Your confluence, though, like we said on the data, 70% of the time, this is on NQ, 70% of the time, you're going to take out this low. EMA is just now catching up to price action. First hour of the market, opening candle continuation. So this is based on where you open and where that first hour goes. 72% if we round that, so 72% right there. So if we go back to NQ, IWM is just flying. Open here, first hour of the market. Open here, obviously it's down, unless something just insane happens in the next 20 minutes. Means that you have a 70% chance of not going back over this. So like just directionally, you want to look down. We already have a 70+% chance of breaking this. So 270% odds to look for shorts today. You could even look for like a midpoint as an entry there too. And then the only other thing is on the opposite side, you have the previous day high was broken. So like on QQQ, previous day high broken as well. That says you should close above here unless you go take out this low. So we'll see. So there's one data point fighting against you and about 3 going in favor of you. Your biggest confluence is just the SPX right here. Reject and stay under 68.50, and you look down. This gets over here and holds back here, then either you get out or you take longs. Lockheed Martin. Are banks going? Why is XLK pushing like this? What's pushing us? None of the big names are going up. Broadcom, okay, Broadcom is pushing. CrowdStrike's pushing a little bit. Amazon's at the absolute lows. Netflix is down at the lows. Google's at the lows. Apple, like 4 green candles in a row. EMA 9 caught up. Doesn't look good. IWM looks great. AMD is actually popping through VWAP. CrowdStrike's pushing towards high. Microsoft's right in the middle. Tesla's losing 450. Kind of rejecting it now. Costco new low. If Apple makes a new low, if it drags anything with it. We've been seeing this like rotation back and forth though. tech strong, IWM is then strong, then you have what banks strong, energy strong for day, and then it's weak again. Oh my gosh, I missed gold again. I just need it. I'm gonna start just leaving limit orders on gold. All right. If you're gonna take your shot at it, it's right here, right? Right here. I don't know. Something makes me nervous to try the short just because of how they've been acting. Previous day close. So right here, this is where you would try it. We'll see 7 minutes to the IB. But we know the IB stats, so I think you can short it right here and try it. Yeah. All right, so I took it there on another. So this is another account. I took it, and this is how I've laid it out already. So trim with the IB low break. I have one more level kind of down here that I like. So trim here and here, and then look down there. And it's still 5 minutes early, but I'm kind of preemptively taking it because of what I was seeing there with the back test of SPX and all that stuff. So just wanted to show you guys on another account how I'm setting up this trade. There it goes. And all those orders just filled. So all those trims hit. Honestly, I could do something like this. And look, because I've already won 500 bucks on this account, I can just go break even because I can always get back in the trade, right? But since this played out so quickly and so nicely, there's an extra 500 bucks. I don't do trailing drawdown, so if this comes back, stops me out. Look, let's do this. No matter what, I make 500 bucks on this trade. No matter what. Look at that. That's the zone I talked about too. But now what we have is 3 minutes, and we should take out this low still. Nothing's changed. All the IB just got lower, actually. It just gave us more room for the next trade. So if this does pop back up here and stop me out here, I can go to the next account and I can actually take the same trade basically again. Now, if this puts in a big bottom wick, do I want to take that next trade right away? Probably not, but a lot of size just filled at that 525 trying to hold this in. That could be your liquidity sweep there too, so you got to be careful. Do I use Bookmap? So, yes. Not all, like not as much as I used to. I really think I'm gonna go ahead and just get it for myself. So like what I did with Bookmap for a long time was either watch. There was some free YouTube streams that I would pull up and watch Bookmap on. But then there's a guy in the Discord that I'm in that he would just stream it in the Discord. So I just watch it for free, right? If you can get something for free, guys, don't pay for it. I think all of us can be on board with that. All right, that should stop me out right there, right? Yep, $500 there. $500, that account's done. I go to the next account. And I'll wait for the setup. All right, so now we watch for this exact same trade again. There's your IB. If this gets a little wick up and comes back down, then it's the exact same trade. The exact same trade. So like upper wick here, exact same trade. Here's your target. And you're right against SPX still. Same exact trade is here. I'm not going to take it right away though, because what I'm looking at is I see a ton of size that just filled down here. And I see this candle. So really I need like this candle to do something like that and then start here. And then I kind of like it. Or, you know, if it gives you a big enough wick up here, okay, you've got some space to work with to look for this. Kind of changes that risk reward a little bit. Because if you get right back in here and you have to sit and draw down, that could get ugly, right? If it goes all the way up here, okay, now I have more room for this trade. So like the risk reward profile gets a little bit better. If I'm wrong, well, it just made a huge move. I have a little bit better odds of it being wrong. If it doesn't do that, if it does just stop here, well, then once it gets back down here, I can kind of, you know, see if it does something like this, and then I can get in here. That's kind of like just the awareness factor, right? And what did I say? Look at this level. This is the other spot that it could have held on SPX too. That lines up. So you see that on SPX. Let's go to, see that level on SPX right there? It's a fib level. And that also lined up with what? with the same pivot spot. But we still have the IB play. We still have the IB bearish. The only thing, like I said, the only negative thing that I don't like is we did take previous session high. So there is a data point that pulls us back up here. So really we should close under this. We should close above this based on a couple data points. We should break this first. So like, but I don't know. The other confluences I have seem to be more like this versus we also have buy the dip every morning for the last few days. When does that stop? I don't know. Grambo says is going to break IB high. I don't know. IWM's at IB high. I see a lot of 5-minute bottom wicks here. Like, look, this is what I'm talking about. Here's the 5-minute. Do I want to enter in the same level right here after we had a big liquidity sweep candle like that? No, I kind of want to see it come back up here and get stuffed. That's more of what I would be looking for. Let's look around. I mean, Tesla made a new low, swept, pushing up. Nvidia put in a kind of little, yeah. Netflix still weak. Microsoft, there's a 5-minute hammer right above previous day close. You need that to like break back down or something. Meta's probably going to do nothing all day. Honestly, Meta's probably this all day long. Google, this still, I mean, you're still lower highs, right? That's the other thing with market structure. If this drops, Costco looks terrible. Broadcom kind of breaking structure short term. I mean, Amazon, is it going to do this? Apple. Yeah, I need to see some rejections. And then this right here needs to reject. Your EMA is caught up. Your VWAP is right here. Your previous day close is right here. Your SPX level, it's all right here. And if you look left, there's those highs, and we're in that same spot, right? So a rejection candle here and back down here. It looks like you're looking for IB low. Just based on the statistics, you could probably enter this trade now. I'm not. I just took a win. This is part of the psychology thing that I do, at least. I just took a nice win. I mean, just got $500 right here. Do I want to turn around and put that same risk back on? I could do it on a different account. Maybe. I make $500 in an account. I usually don't want to touch that account the rest of the day. Now, if I know that I have like enough winning days or whatever, like there's other scenarios, right? But if I'm up $500 on an account, 97 times out of 100, I'm not going to touch that account again. All right, you guys were telling me that, oh gosh, the space companies are ripping. Rocket Lab. I tell you what, Nebius, of all the companies that had a huge run, the fact that it held all this and especially held that gap looks pretty good. I want to take a peek at some dailies. Look at that. Next level, fib level. Tesla right there. Still hanging out, holding at 450. Nvidia's getting a little move back up, and it's over pre-market highs, or right at pre-market highs, opening high. Keep an eye on that. IWM's still pushing, so that's another thing that's kind of keeping me away from the shorts. I don't know. I'm going to be really picky here. copy traded for the first time today and cooked yourself. You know what I think it is, Grambo? It's more of a mental thing. You have to get comfortable copy trading, and you have to just like forget about it. Like honestly, one piece of it is like, okay, yes, I'm copy trading, but like I almost don't even want to look at it. I just want to look at it as one account and like try to hide, like I almost want to trick my brain that I'm even copy trading. And look, SPX reclaiming. So at this point, just from a scenario perspective, I want to see this fell. I mean, if you're a scalper, you'd probably take it back down to there. Like on ES here, you could probably short this back down to here. I mean, the data doesn't change, right? This is still what should break. And we still shouldn't close over this, just based on probabilities. This IWM is wild. IWM is going to go back to all-time high, isn't it? Who would have thought IWM goes back to all-time high before the rest of the market? NVIDIA is still in this stupid box. Stupid box for NVIDIA. Netflix, I'm just waiting to buy some more down here. And you see why I, because of this, why I didn't want to just re-enter a short right here in the same area? Because like I would be down, 30 points on NQ. If you did it on ES, you're down, you're 10 points down. Because of the scenario, right? So originally I wouldn't have minded shorting here and given this space. But since this happened, that changed. That's the situational awareness piece, right? Since this already happened, that's changed things. Now I'm going to start to look for this to cool back off up here. But really, I need SPX back under this because if we're over this level, I don't want to try to short it because the bigger picture for me is this right here. If we're over these highs, I don't want to be a part of like trying to fight a short now. Because that to me, and you can see it on the daily, is a breakout. I don't want it to be a breakout, but I'm not going to ignore it and trade against it. I want this to do something like that. Do something crazy. Grambo, that's the other, yes. So the IB, so if we look at the IB data, here, let me just pull this up. So here's on NQ first, NQ, NDX, QQQ, it's all about the same stats. One's more liquid, a little bit more volatile, whatever. 75% of the time, you're only going to break one side. 22% of the time, you're going to break both sides. So if we go to NQ, we should break one side or the other, right? That's like a 97%. So 97% of the time, you don't stay in the first hour. And we know that because the high was first and low was second, this is the side that should break. But if it goes up here and breaks this side, that's a very, very low chance that this is going to happen. Very, very low for multiple reasons. Because it doesn't normally retrace this far. It doesn't normally break both sides. So it would have to stop here and go back down. And if ES goes up here and takes this out, and NQ doesn't, maybe ES rotates its way back to here and NQ just stays weaker. IWM stays stronger. But that's like kind of the market clues I'm looking at here. IWM super strong. SPX decently strong in the middle. NVIDIA is ripping faces right now. So do I really want to be short with what I'm seeing? No, I don't. Do I want to be short, period? Yes, I do. But do I want to be short looking at what's happening? No. Patience, patience, patience. Sometimes you got to sit on the hands a little bit. Here's your sectors. What's going on? XLK, strong. Industrials, strong. Energy's weak. Tech is up there. XLF. You gotta have something cool. It's kind of an interesting. Let's go through the watch list and see what sticks out. Oh, my new bank's doing well. Airlines pulling back. They had a good day. I mean, a lot of things had a good day yesterday too. BMNR's back green. Yeah, I mean, nothing else really sticking out to me. You're over VWAP and all the EMAs now. The EMAs haven't crossed yet, so we can keep that in mind, right? EMAs haven't crossed, even though price is above here. This could still do like this, right? It's a possibility, but because we're back over, this is a no touch for me right now. If this 15-minute candle closes back underneath, that will change a lot of things. If this 15-minute candle puts in this type of wick, closes down here, now I have a little bit better, look at this. On the 5-minute, if we come back down here and hold, that 15-minute candle did not come back, by the way, because that was the end of it right there. This is a tough call because I can't do either. I can't do any trades here. I hope it plays out lower, because if it doesn't, that's going to make the rest of my day pretty boring. But hey, I got $500 in my pocket. Am I short from pre-market? I closed that one out, by the way. I actually made $500 on that one too. So I'm up $1,000. And just to reiterate what I said earlier, it's not that I'm super bearish. I just don't, from a market structure standpoint, I don't like looking for longs when you're extended like this and have been. We haven't touched the EMA 9 since last Tuesday. So we touched it this day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the 6th day, and we still haven't just touched it. And EMA 9 is pretty simple, right? So when this happened, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, once we get to 4, 5, 6, we start to come back down and find that EMA 9. I mean, any of these times, really, that didn't really touch, but it's pretty close. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you finally kind of come back and touch it. Look, touched it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th day, came back and touched it. Touched it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Yeah, I mean, can it go a long? It can go a long time without touching it, right? It can go a long time without touching it, but that's not the norm. All right, moment of truth here. There we go. Okay, starting to look a little bit more interesting now, guys. How about that? Starting to look a little bit more interesting. Brent, that's 100% right. Because look, for a long time, I traded with my ego, and I would just trade and trade and trade and trade and take one trade after the other. I was like, why can't I, like, I can stay above water, but why can't I consistently, like, make more, like, make money consistently? I could make money and give back a lot of money. Make money, give back a lot of money. And I could stay above water. You know, I could be slightly profitable. You know, honestly, for the most part, I could be slightly profitable. But I was just like treading water, you know, just keeping that head above water. I mean, easy numbers. Make $1,000, make $1,000, make $1,000, give back 2,000, 3,000 bucks. Give back, you know, make 500, give back 500. Make 600, give back 400. Make 1,000, give back 1,200. And it's like, what? Why? Why is this happening? And a lot of it was like just little pieces of situational awareness like this that really helped me kind of like, I don't know, hone back in and figure out like why. And so like this right here was a perfect example. I want this trade to happen and I can still take this trade. This trade's still valid. The data is still valid. The data hasn't changed. But what did change here was I could have taken a bad stop out for no reason. If I got right back in this in another short right here, 92, it's almost a 50-point drawdown that I could have easily got stopped out of. Now I can still get in that trade at the same level that I was going to take it earlier without sitting in drawdown. But we should take out this low now. It's starting to look a lot better. So close this candle below. I mean, a perfect world, close this candle here, back test it on an upper wick here, take your entry and look for this. You could probably trim here on the way. This candle closes above here. It's still nothing to me. This looks good though. Closed under the EMAs, closed under the EMAs. Just get under this level right here. Just get under this level right here. 7-2 offsuit's already in it. Yeah. So like, and the thing is, like, yes, this trade could have worked out. Like, you could have even entered, even if you entered here, you could have entered here and like added your way up, like scaled in, knowing that your statistics are strong. I mean, the statistics are strong, but I didn't want to take that risk yet. Especially, I just made 500 bucks. I just got a win in my pocket. Let's wait. I can be late to a trade and still kind of be okay on a risk profile because I know that this IV low should break, and I know what my triggers were because that's what we looked at, you know, going into the day, looked at a couple times in the stream. We know what my triggers are. We know where my area is too. But it's the cleanest piece of the whole day is this setup right here. And look, how many people saw a reclaim of this and said, oh, I'm buying it, and they bought it here, and now they are either getting stopped out or they're saying, you know, or they're trying to add in here after, and this didn't hold. Somebody saw this, wasn't patient, and said, hey, we're gonna go take highs. We reclaimed, you know, these highs, this level. Did you reclaim this level though? I mean, I would argue that you didn't reclaim it because you didn't come back and hold it at all. I mean, even on a 5-minute. Where did you reclaim it? If you put a tweezer bottom in here, it's a different argument. Then you can think about it. Grandpa, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. This looks like this right here. That's what it looks like. I'm not in it. That's okay. But that's what it looks like. If it gives me a good setup, Apple's cratering. NVIDIA double topped, pushing back down. Microsoft doesn't look good. It's a little M shape here. Amazon just made a new low. Tesla is not. No, IWM's still strong. That's the only thing. I'll wait for some more EOSE. This is a good looking candle in EOSE, but this is concerning. You're right at that point of control. See this point of control right here? This, I mean, is a good candle. If this candle does this, the neck, like that's where you want to see this flip and hold, or even if it like put a wick down to here, but close the candle up here. Candle closures and wicks, kind of something you get used to watching. Can't chase the short down here. You need some type of decent entry. I like what Maple says a lot. You know, you try to like if I'm gonna short, I don't want to short on a down move. I want to short on a green move. It's like, is that the back test? Not really, because it's this, but that could be, yeah. See what happens in, you know, see what happens inside of the candles sometimes. Yeah, that's it, Dol. That's what I would look for. I'd look for it to close up there, and then if it like wicks back down, you see it wick down and start getting bought back up. So like, I mean, something's up 10% on the day. I don't touch anything that's up 10% on a day ever, because I just can't. I can't feel good about the probabilities. But this right here, if the next day like retraces the normal retrace, wicks down to here, and you see it starting to get bought back up, that's where I would think about it. All right, let's see. All right, closed under. I'm being very picky on this trade, guys, because I really want to get back in the short again, because we should go take out this low. And we basically have our trigger if this rejects here. I want to say a big shout out to Edgeful, of course. Friends of the show, friends of the stream, part of my trading strategy, no matter what. Shout out to Andre and the crew. Guys, if you haven't tried Edgeful, how many of you guys use Edgeful? I'm curious how many of you guys actually use Edgeful. If you don't use Edgeful, you want to try it out, I can drop a link in here. I need to get a post out. Look, we're playing the data right now. Here's what I'm going to do, since you guys are on the stream. We've gone over all this data. We should be able to get a short trade right here to play out. I'm going to tweet it out after, since you guys are already in here. Look, Jordy's using the same data. I'm not in the short right now. Jordy, I already took one, scalped it short. Actually, I've had two shorts in the bag today. I should be short right now. I'm just trying to look for a good entry. Like, I'm going to be very picky, but a wick up to here want to see this 15-minute candle close. But yeah, IWM's still ripping. There's a lot of like there's some pieces I don't like. IWM new high. Wow, there's a 560. There's a huge order down here. Somebody has a 377 lot sitting down at 360 right now. About to get that hourly close too. 4 hours going to be bearish engulfing on SPX. 4 hour on NDX, just a big doji. I'm sorry, on NQ and ES, big doji. Why do I not have 30-minute on here? See, that looks better, like we want to go down. There's some good confluence. That 15-minute candle right there looks good. All right. So I'm going to let this close, and then I'm going to look for this. Let's give this 30 seconds or so. But I'm ready to take this short here. Get this over beside me so I can watch it. There's your hourly close. There's the push up. All right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it right here. Take a little entry there. All right. Here we go. Let's see how this plays out. I really don't want to risk this much, but kind of have to. But it's hard to do that on the same screen because I can't watch and monitor this. But I'm looking for this right here. So I can take a trim here and I can take a trim here. I've got 9. I'm going to trim 3 and 3 pretty quickly. Let's see how this plays out. Honestly, I can do something like this. Do something like that right there. Come on. I just went 3, 3, and 3. Really, I don't like the amount of risk. I feel like I'm late chasing this a little bit, but if we come back up, really, if we come back above 600, I don't like it. But if this comes up here, I'll think about it. I put a stop on my chart no matter what. Sometimes I get out way before it, or I'll move a stop like later. And I'm trying to trust the data here. So we'll see if this works out. $540, $525 trims waiting. Oh, Miss Jessie, you got the IWM trade? Nice. The IWM trade looks good. And see, this candle could still pop up here and then reject. I like this. So down moving EMA 9, down, EMAs are both down. We have the confluence here. Let's see if we can get that swoop down there. This candle looks great on SPY. Amazon new low. Microsoft's about to break towards the lows. Google's rolling over. Apple upper wick. So I'm using confluence here, looking around. Broadcom big down candle. Come on, let's go. Let's go. $500. Come on. There's first trim. One 800 rugs are us. Get your Christmas rug now. Break that Ivy low. Break it. Got the trim at 30-minute orb low, looking for Ivy low. I'm front running it 525. It should go below 520. It's fine. I'll front run it. Take my trim on the way. Beautiful. Second trim hit. I'm out 2/3. I've got another one lot to trim at 500, whole number. I made $500 on this trade. We'll go break even stop because that's where the data played out to take us there. How we doing, guys? How we doing? We having a day? About to go get drunk on a plane this afternoon. I have 3 $500 trades this morning. It's a good day, Tater. Ain't that right? It is a good day, Tater. And shout out to Tradify. I'm trading on a Tradify funded account right here. This is the second Tradify funded account that I've traded on this morning. I'm up $500 no matter what. I'm up. I get $500 on this trade no matter what. I have $500 in the other account no matter what. Tradify is running 40% off new account styles for everyone. Code Wolf. We chew an account. Let's take Tradify's money. I'm gonna get Brett Simba on here one day. Say, Brett, we're coming for all your money here on the Wolf Trading Stream. Anybody hit this trade with us? Boy, this is gonna be brutal if I didn't get that next trim down there. All right, look, if you want to lock in some profit, you can go ahead and lock in some profit. When should we start longing? See, that's a tough question for me today because if we hold the same spot, I still don't want to long if we're not over here. All right, I told you guys I was gonna I'll put these stats out here. Dang, Brent, let's go. All right, I told you guys I was gonna tweet these stats out afterwards. I mean, the other thing would be in a bullish uptrend, you take out the IB low if you're really looking to play it back to the middle, but I'm hoping I can just sit in these runners and just let it go. But we'll see. Come on, do something crazy. A slow grind down would be fine with me. After slow grinds up for 5 days in a row, I would love a slow grind down. Come on, just drop the bottom out of this stupid thing. IWM needs to cool off. Microsoft new low of day. Meta's just going sideways, and that's what I expected to do all day. Nvidia is still decently strong, but it's trying to break here. Broadcom gave it up, but Microsoft did make that new low. Google is at the low. You have like a rounded, whatever you want to call this, kind of an H shape almost, a lowercase h. Apple's just trending down, just made a new low. Netflix new low. CrowdStrike gave it all back. It's back at lows. Amazon's been straight trending down. It's at lows. Costco's at lows. So pretty much all of your top weighted stocks in the NASDAQ are sitting at lows. No. No. All right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Really, my stop should probably be up here, but I just want to lock in 500 bucks no matter what, so I'm just gonna leave it. Right there. I could take it here, make 600 bucks, but nah. Let's go. Used code WOLF. Let's go. Appreciate you. Supports us here doing the stream, obviously. Gets you the best discount. Win-win for all of us. I like it. I'm a fan. All right, now what are we going to do? All right, so this hood look right here, we can take this trend line off. This hood look though, so big candle yesterday, today, look at this. So here's your 50-day. So what we talked about, look at the exact low of day. Yeah, look at that. 50-day moving average. Gap filled. We're still alive for now. For the 15 minute. 15 minute, this is a H for now. Until it breaks back over this is an H. Would not be surprised, but we'll see what happens. What's up? What chat? How many of you guys made money on the trade? Russia blocked Snapchat on the. My stop's right on the EMA 9. I should move that stop, but I went 500 bucks. Yeah, guys, if you made money on that short, please let me know in the chat. please let me know. If you did make money in the chat, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just curious if any of you guys, hopefully it's helpful. I mean, we walked through the price action, we walked through the confluence layers, we walked through all that edgeful data. It all lined up. And we were patient. We didn't get in a bad spot, which is something I've been trying to work on. What do the internals look like today? Vol D positive. Vol DQ positive. They're both positive, but not just like crazy positive. ADD. ADD is basically middle. What I really need is AMD to die. Stupid stock. A big order disappeared, didn't it? Because I saw it was I saw 377. There we go. I just got stopped out. $500. Easy money. The reason I stopped out on this one is because it's literally the same pattern over and over. Dip in the morning, and then they buy it up. So like, I'm just gonna keep fighting that. I do think there's a chance for this to go lower, but and there's no way I'm gonna long unless we're over 68.50 breaking base on SPX. Boom! Shout out Edgeful, Jordy. I know Jordy caught it. 2K on the short. See a lot of W's in the chat here. Bullish divergence double bottom. It could be. Big shout out to Nick making a grand on that. I see me. Yes, sir. Thank you. Turbutts. Turbutts always catches the shorts. I know. You know what's crazy? I don't think I've taken a long trade in like a week or more. Joel, what I would say is like, I don't know. Some people are like, why are you bearish all the time? I'm not usually bearish all the time. I am net long the market always with equity. But from a trading standpoint, I'm a revert to mean type of trader, right? Like I'm playing probabilities and I'm playing things back to the middle, back to the, you know, if something gets out of the box one direction or the other, I'm just playing it back towards the box. That's basically how I trade. It's a higher probability move. Instead of playing breakouts, I play retracements. And like lately, you know, we just been going up a lot. And to me, the setup for downside, I mean, in general, on my futures trades, I probably take 2/3 of my trades short. To me, there's more opportunities short intraday than there are long. A lot of times the long trades, if you get in, you just get in on a trend and you sit in on a trend all day. There's not too many times where I'm just like, yes, like this is where I want to long. If we came down, like, I know we'd have to retrain structure. I'll keep you guys like, you know, I'll look for a good example of that. But you know, it's not that I'm not a perma bear, but what I don't like is people that just everything's bullish all the time. Well, yeah, 70% of the time they're going to be right. See, this is where it's dangerous because I could consider. This is dangerous right here. This is another back test of the exact same spot on SPX. Yes, it's the same highs from the last like 4 days. But since it like just broke it, a couple times. Like, it's a tough call to try to short it here again. So I'm just gonna wait. But yeah, I see what you're saying, Dole, because or Cameron. I guess I should call you Cameron. Big Cam. I mean, the thing is, like, I'm short more often than not. It's just I look for long option swings more than anything. I look for indices shorts a lot, and I look for future shorts more than anything because they're just clear setups, and it's like, especially when things get frothy, they fall back down quicker than they slow grind up. So it's a little bit easier. But I do trade longs a lot of time in certain scenarios. Anywhere if I fall on a breakout, then I start trading longs. So we'll see. Everyone should look at SMCI. SMCI. I just cannot. I know companies that have a narrative problem. Why fight? I mean, there's so many bullish things that have good narratives. Why fight it? All right, SPX, what are you going to do? The thing I don't like also is how slow it's moving today. VIX is up today, and we're still moving really slow. I mean, here's the rejection point. VWAP, the GEX level, the recent highs, all the above. Yeah. But all right, so let me catch up with the chat here. Maria, this is actually low-key a really good point. When you have a huge level, it acts as a magnet more than it acts as a like support or resistance. And I think that's like a thing that a lot of people don't realize, don't think about it first. When you have a huge level, it acts as a magnet. Okay. All right. Now it's starting to look like more of a pretty heavy rejection there on SPX. That looks like a bad rejection on SPX. Boy, I'm so tempted to chase into this again, but I'm going to be patient here. I'd rather see like it go ahead and close the candle lower, and then I'll short like the next uptick or something. Quick reminder, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, if your connection buffers, anything like that happens, make sure that you click live every so often. Just make sure you stay live. Sometimes it's better than others, but every once in a while, if your connection's a little, if you get a little buffer or something in there, just make sure you get back to live. $50 lot sitting on there at 569. just 50. But there's there's been a ton of size fill at that, like right at that 570 level. Over 1,000 contracts. Couple big orders have come through right there. This looks like it's about to just crush based on SPX, honestly. You know, if I look at it, we actually have not taken IB low on SPX yet, or SPY, either one. So that should happen. That's still a high probability move there. David, desde España. ¿Qué parte de España, hermano? Tío, así dicen ustedes, tío. ¿De qué parte? Sí hablo español. David, me encanta tu país. Tell me what part of Spain my man David is in. No chasing is right, Maria. No chasing. Tick lowest of the day. Yeah, I'm not surprised though. Look at this SPX. This is what I've been talking about. I mean, I'm keyed in on this all day long. All day long. B as in boy, IB low, initial balance. I want to take this short so bad. Gets under like 560, it should go down to like 530, 520 again. Yeah, yes, SPX, so it should go take out the low here. Need NVIDIA to cool off. That's the only problem. Cerca de Madrid. ¿A quién le vas? Atleti or Real? That's the real question right there. I spent about 3 months down by Granada. Lanjarón, La Alpujarra. What's up, yeah? E squared? Real Madrid. Very rarely do I use sell or buy stops. Very, very rarely. I'm just not a big fan. Yeah, Lanjarón. I lived there for 3 months. It's been a while back though, like almost 10 years ago, I think. Beautiful, beautiful area. Granada, Sierra Nevada, went down to Nerja and Malaga and all that. Spent the last week. I spent a whole week in Madrid before I left. Flow coming in on rare earth stocks. Yeah, this is why I'm glad I was patient right there, just because. I mean, like we were saying, those GEX levels, that 850 on SPX, it can just be a magnet. Just like pull you back in over and over. Plus, like there's not much froth going on. Nvidia looks like it's about to break out, unless it triple tops here. It's triple topping with higher lows. It's not really my favorite look. The heaviest weighted stock in the market. Netflix new low of day. Almost like the semi trade is doing decent. There's no way I can long if we're under 6850 SPX and we haven't at least taken that IB low. Because all the statistics are going to tell me that that's where we're headed. But this like copyright free music in the back of my stream, it's just kind of bumping. It's just like there's no words or anything. It's just these little like house hip hop beats or something. I don't even know what to call it. It's like elevator hip hop music, just grooving. What up, YouTube? YouTube. The other David said I liked Malaga, had a little bit of everything. You know what was really cool? So like where I was at, Lanjarón is like right outside of Granada. Granada, you have the Alhambra, which is a super, super cool historic place. Like the Moors, when they took over obviously the Arabs, the Moors, when they took over the south part of Spain and Europe, that was like their capital. And a beautiful, beautiful place. But the cool thing was it was like an hour to Sierra Nevada where there was like snowboarding and all that. So like in 1 week I went snowboarding for like 3 days, woke up on the fourth day, got on a bus, and 2.5 hours later, I was in Malaga at the beach, like walking on the beach in the Mediterranean. 2.5 hour bus ride. All right, IWM's trying to put in a little A-frame up here. The video's still pushing right at that high. Robinhood's at the highs. It's having a great day. Palantir about to make a new high. AMD, Broadcom looking decent, honestly. Apple hadn't even touched the 21 all day. Google doing nothing. Amazon can't get off its back. CrowdStrike's about to make a new low. Oh, I want to take this so bad, these upper wicks. Should I do it? We're at the pivot point. It always chops so much, but I think we're going to at least get a drop here to take the IV low on ES. It's the same thing I was playing on NQ, but just for ES, same statistics. Let me pull it up. Yeah, 65% probability that ES takes that out. Yeah, and it's a poor low. Unfinished auction. It's just still holding in here. Still holding in. $15-minute look like. Gosh, NVIDIA's making a new high now. NVIDIA new high, yeah. When you mention IB low, is that calculated a body of candle? It's calculated off of the entire range of the first hour. So that's what this 0 and this red line on my chart and this green line and this 0 is the high and the low of the IB. So if I go to ES, like you can see on NQ right here, it broke, right? You can see on ES, it has not broken yet. And I know from the Edgeful statistics that it has a, all right, so when the high forms first, there's 65% chance that the low is the one that breaks. In general, so if we go to standard, we break one side or the other 70% of the time. We break both sides 30% of the time. So that means not breaking. So here's the other stat. So not breaking, ES not breaking one side or the other of the IB happens less than 2% of the time, 1.5% of the time. So there's a 98.5% chance that ES is going to break one side or the other. We have confidence that it's going to be the low. That's what we should trade for, right? We should be playing an 8-point move here on ES short. All right. Need NVIDIA to calm down. on SPX, drop it. Under 840, it's should be a quick move. Let's see if this thing gets frothy right here. Like I could scalp a 30-40 point trade on NQ here. Boy, Snowflake got destroyed on earnings, didn't they? Dang, down 11%, still going. CRM is pumping. Oracle finally back to the 200-day. Come on. All right, I'm shorting it. I'm just going to try to take it back down to 520. I'm going to watch ES for the confluence. I don't know why this trade makes me more nervous than the other ones, and I have way stronger statistics for this one. I feel like I'm playing with fire, taking the same trade for the third time today. That 15-minute candle close. I'm just going to try to take it to 540 here on NQ. It's like a little 30-point scalp. I'm so afraid that SPX is just going to pull right back up, though. Yeah. All right, it just entered right there. 575. Let's see. I knew I had a bad feeling about this one. If we go over SPX right here, I'm going to be taken out. I think this is going to just go take me out, and then it's probably going to crush back down. I'm going to have to chase right back into it. We got to reject right here. don't even want to add to this because it just took out those other highs. But I'm looking at SPX is right on the level. Well, I'm not going to reject it a third time. It looks like a base. Chasing is not the problem here. It's the temptation to add into this and average up. Watch, it's going to stop me, and I'm going to have to buy it right back or sell it right back. Yeah, they're going to take me out here. Boy, I enter into a God candle. All right, yeah, I'm stopped out now. And watch this like shoot right back down. I'm gonna have to do it again. Because the ES statistic has not changed. All right, well, 3 wins, 1 loss. Not a bad deal here. Watch SPX get like a 10-point candle down here. And the problem is nothing's changed, just SPX pushed up. Yeah, this looks like a breakout the other direction, back to the middle. NVIDIA's ripping. So that's more of a reclaim. Did Brazil just wake up or something? Why is this flying? IWM new high, wow. Oh, AMD's ripping. I mean, now what do you try to play yes to the high? It should break one side or the other. Yeah, what NQ is probably going to go back to what, 650s. Oh, there's some sellers. I might have to get off here soon and go pack my suitcase. I mean, if we stick with the data and statistics, the low is still what should break. Once you break a low, you shouldn't retrace the whole thing statistically, which we've done on NQ. But obviously, look at the price action the last few days. This is just melt up the rest of the day. What if we just watch SPX just go back and forth magnet all day? Well, I won't be watching. I'll be watching it from the United Lounge. That looks like a W, doesn't it? Now what did we do? Nothing. Maybe a good spot to call it a day. Palantir new high, or Robinhood's about to make a new high, Nvidia's about to make a new high. Google, Apple not doing anything. Amazon not doing anything. Starting to feel like a headline's coming. NVIDIA 184. 184.5 is really the next spot on NVIDIA. Yeah, well, I guess I got a little level there. In Q, yesterday's close, 657. 10 points higher. Is it Nvidia the only thing pushing? And then like risk stocks? Oh, Broadcom is. AMD's getting volume. Amazon's introducing Graviton 5, AWS. Gravitations is what it's called. I don't know. See if that gives a boost to Amazon. Yes, because then you hire at brick structure, right? Oh yeah, you're going out to Austin? I'll be flying through Houston this evening. Amazon's not getting any reaction to that. Brent, I don't know if you realize how many people hated the metaverse. It's raining in Houston? Don't tell me that, Frank. I get delayed in Houston. Is Amazon presenting right now somewhere? All right, I'm about to have to shut down this train here because I got to go pack and I got to pack up all my equipment. Head to the airport. I'll be connected tomorrow somehow or another. For you guys on the stream, I will be I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll check in with you guys. Let me try to join Jordy. Jordy and the crew will be streaming this afternoon. So right here, same spot. You can set your reminder. You go to the YouTube, just go to our channel. You can set the reminder over there. But I may try to join if I can from the airport. We'll see. But either way, hope we had a great morning. I'll check in with you guys. I'll be live all day tomorrow on stream from a different location, but I'll be I'm taking my camera, I'm taking my computer, my laptop, everything. Traveling with a whole Circuit City. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone on the stream. We'll catch you guys later. I'll try to check in this afternoon somewhere or another. Hope you guys crushed it. 3 wins, 1 loss for me. Great morning. Boy, can't be upset. Can't ask for anything more than that. So let's do it again tomorrow, honestly. I'll check in with you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Be safe. Don't overtrade.